Hi there and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life. We probably have about 3 days left of cranberry harvest and we will be wrapping up harvest of 2021. Okay, so we are going to head down there today. We're going to see kind of like just what's happening down there. But first I just want to share with you what's going on in the kitchen. So when Emily and I put together freezer meals, I had 2 quart-sized bags of the honey picante turkey burritos. This recipe, I believe it is in, and this is the recipe here. It is on page 31 in my cookbook. So anyway, I just have some tortillas. I have some of these low-carb tortillas. I also was just washing a head of lettuce and I have that just kind of sitting in here to just kind of drip. My bacon is thawed, so I'm going to get that wrapped around mini roasts. That'll be for supper. But I don't think I mentioned that the turkey burritos, that's going to be for lunch. I also have a lot of leftovers. A little piece of lasagna left over. I have a little tiny bit of squash left over. I have some green beans left over. So I have a bunch of little tiny leftovers, just a variety. So what I'll do is have a main food for lunch and then I'll just kind of supplement with all the leftovers depending on what the kids want and who wants what, that kind of thing. I also took out of the freezer this log of cookie dough that I made, and this is also a recipe that's in my cookbook, and this is called butterscotch cookies. I think it's just because they're made with just brown sugar. I mean, there's no butterscotch chips in there. There isn't anything butterscotchy, but I have noticed that a number of things that are made with just brown sugar and no white sugar actually will have the name of butterscotch something. Like I have a recipe for butterscotch brownies. There's no butterscotch chips in them, but they are called butterscotch brownies. Anyway, I just sliced this up. You just heard my oven preheat. I'm going to get these onto the pan and start baking these so we have some fresh cookies for lunch. As I'm working in the kitchen, I'd love for you to check out my fingernails. So a company sent me some polish to try. It's called Nail Addict. That's the name of the company, and it's a gel polish. They also sent the little light, which is one of those like UV or LED lights that you put your nails under. Similar, but much smaller than what they have at the salons. Anyway, I've been trying it out, seeing how the polish works and getting kind of used to it. I'd love to do a tutorial on it for you guys sometime if you're interested in that kind of thing. The first time that I did it, it was pretty much a disaster because I had just too much polish, I think, and too much of the top coat, and it ended up, when I put it under the light, it ended up kind of starting to run and drip down onto my fingers, onto my skin, and it was really kind of a disaster. And the polish didn't last that long. It was only on for a couple days and it already started to peel. Anyway, I tried it again. I got better at it the second time. And the polish that I have on today, for reference, it's actually Monday, just about noon, and I put this on Wednesday night. So that would have been over 4.5 days now. And I only have, and then just this morning I noticed I have that one little spot right there that's kind of chipped. But otherwise, the polish has been working out great. I did Emily's nails. I'm excited to give her a call today as well and see how hers are. I did hers on Thursday afternoon. I'm going to give her a call later today and find out how hers is doing too. I can hear the berry cleaner going. So that means that they are loading fruit, and there's not going to be too much more for today. Warren has to get another bed raked, and I know that he had to get the water up on that properly and everything before raking it. So that's probably not going to happen until this afternoon, and then they'll load out of that bed tomorrow. Peter's already down working. I got a new sweatshirt. I want to show, I'm going to stop walking. I want to show you guys. It says, "It's harvest time." Rachel Granstra Designs. I've been following her on Instagram for a while, and she does all farm related t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, that kind of thing. I've been kind of just watching and watching and watching until she had something that would fit for us, and this was perfect. It's harvest time. So actually, it's not even that cold outside today, but we only have a few more days, and I want to make sure I wear it.
You should wear it at the harvest party.
I could wear it for the harvest party. I'm just bringing, and there he goes. There he is. He's gonna go up to the house and we have lunch for him. Okay, what should we do? Should we go back?
We should run back.
We should run back. Okay, I don't know if he saw us waving him down and he's like coming our way, or if this was naturally the way he was gonna go anyway. But anyway, he's coming over towards us now, so that's a good thing. Watch out, Maria. Yeah, just we have lunch for you.
That's great. I'm moving water around.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were coming up for lunch. I'm like, oh no, Maria.
I was after the water moved around. I saw you waving. Thank you very much. That looks
You're
great.
welcome.
Posters and everything. I
Yep.
just didn't wanna. I thought
Oh
maybe
yeah,
something
this is
was
for you
wrong.
too. No, nothing's wrong at all.
Good. That's what I like to hear. All right.
Okay,
go.
bye.
Thank you.
Empty this trash trailer. Would you push that trash trailer?
Yep.
Under there? Okay.
Yep.
I can tell you what, you can work out all you want, but there ain't no preparing yourself for this right here. Already.
Maria and I were just walking around out here and we came across all these tracks and I was like, I wasn't totally familiar with it, but when Warren came by he said they're otter tracks, and then you can see there's otter scat and there's another pile of otter scat. So if you're in an area where they cover cranberry harvest on the news, you will see just always the people standing in the beds and pushing the berries up the elevator, but it's almost always booms filled with the beautiful red cranberries. I try to walk around and show a whole lot of other things because there's so much more than that goes into cranberry harvesting than just standing there and pushing the berries up into the elevator. There's a lot of little behind the scenes things that happen or that have to happen to make all those red berries get up into the truck. They're not loading right now. They're working on doing what we call the cleanup round, which is the second booming of cranberries. And all of a sudden, I'm standing behind the semi here and I hear the fruit like all shift. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think anybody was up here. I come around and of course, who did I find? Who did I find up here?
Cranberries.
You found cranberries?
Yeah.
But who did I find?
Huh?
I found you. Well, Maria and I are going to head back because we have to take a potty break and she's cold, which that is the first time this fall that anybody I think has been cold. We're going to do our normal. I'm going to get boots on. She's going to get boots on too. And then we're going to go down and rake some trash. So that just means scooping out anything that's left on the cranberry beds that were just harvested that are still flooded. We're just going to scoop out all the leaves and any like weeds that got pulled up in the process of raking the bed, that kind of thing. So we're going to go scoop it up and put it in piles up on the dike, or if there's an available trailer, then we'll put it into a trailer. I was raking some trash and Sam was doing that too, and anyway, it started raining. So here we are. But for supper tonight, we're gonna have those mini roasts that I showed you earlier today. And then I wanted to give you guys a peek at Instant Pot mashed potatoes. I know I just shared it on my channel, but I just want to show you again. Let me get this plugged in. So I have my potatoes in there. I put about that much. I put about maybe 3/4 of an inch of water into the little pot here. You know, lock your little steam thing. My battery is going to die quickly, so I'm just going to hit, okay, so I just have it set to high and then pressure cook for 6 minutes. We're going to let that go. It's going to pressure up. It is going to cook these potatoes perfectly in just 6 minutes. I let the potatoes, the pressure come down for about, it's probably been at least 10 minutes already, and then I just quick open up the valve. I'm letting all the steam out. I'm not going to take the lid off though until all of that steam is done. I have some dry milk here, and I'm just going to put in some dry milk, a couple tablespoons. Yes, I know that's a lot, but a whole stick of butter. Put the cover back on for just a couple minutes. Let that all get melty, and then I'll mash those up. Also for supper, in my steamer, I put some carrots, and so just steamed up the carrots. You're on camera.
Oh, am I? Really?
We got a new griller today. How's it going?
We're cooking.
We're cooking. Looks great.
Yep.
Perfect.
Got a few minutes, we'll flip them.
Yep, we've got bacon wrapped mini roasts today, and so I don't know, how long are we going to have these on for?
Well, we got to go another probably 10-15 minutes. I'm going to flip them again.
Okay.
And it depends if you want them medium rare, or well done. Hotter in some places and cooler in others. So.
Well, we're going to just take in, what is this going to be, the second to the last truck?
Most likely.
About the second to the last truck of fruit tonight. I will. Okay, everywhere you go here, it's really loud. Warren just dropped me off here so I can see what fruit is getting cleaned right now. And he's actually overloading up, or he's actually hooking onto the other trailer. So the fruit that's going to be coming in is not our fruit, because they actually wait for all of your loads for the day to be delivered, and then they do each individual grower's fruit separately. There'll only be their fruit in the pool at a time, and then once they get all of that cleaned, binned, and ready for the freezer, then they'll bring up another trailer of cranberries. So a semi would get brought up here, and then the back of the semi gets open, and the fruit all starts spilling into these pools. This is called a pool. And then somebody stands on this grate here collecting a fruit sample, and they take 3 scoops out of each trailer, and that is what's used to determine your load quality. All these water jets are just would be pushing the fruit all the way over there to that elevator. It goes inside that cleaning shed there, and then it's further washing, and then air blowing across it, and that helps to dry it. And it also blows off if there would be any leaves. If there would be any leaves on the cranberries or anything like that, still, it would blow that off as well. After that, there's some place in that shed, then the fruit all gets put into 1,000-pound bins. Got anything?
I got nothing. It's been a long day.
So it looks like we have one more day of cranberry harvest. Good morning. I thought I would show a little bit of food.
Good morning.
There's Joe. He's in the background writing some spelling words right now, right?
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Warren has been asking for chili, and last week was just so incredibly warm. This week it's a little cooler, 8:45 here, and it is about 59 degrees. So anyway, I'm going to make some chili here for lunch, and we might eat on this for supper as well. We'll just have to see. We have some leftovers in the fridge, and depending on who all eats what, we may have chili left for supper tonight too. So making Warren some chili finally. Chili is a recipe that's in my cookbook. This is how I always make it, and I pretty much always double it, sometimes triple it. Today I'm doubling it just because that's the amount of, I actually have ground beef today because I think I've mentioned before, we're already out of all of our ground venison. I'm going to put in 2 quarts of tomato juice in just a moment. I already put in the tomato soup. I already put in the kidney beans. I rinsed out the cans with water. I already put in 2 dashes of Worcestershire sauce, so I still have to do some beef bouillon, chili powder, cumin, and ketchup. And then it will be ready to just simmer away until lunch.
Am I on camera?
You're on camera.
For real?
For real?
So we're doing bucket brigade.
Oh, good.
Getting some fruit.
I boiled up 2 cups of elbow macaroni and I put that in here. I always boil that separately. All right, let's go do 2 things. Let's look at the weather stick. I'm going to stay here for just a sec. It's raining again. And then we're going to go look at cranberries. All right, big jet flying over. But here we go. Here's the weather stick. It's really angled down today. We have rain. It's foggy. It's dreary and it's chilly. So we kind of have all the things going. And it's, look at that. It's been fun. It's been a little while since we've had it smile though, so we're waiting for a good smile again. But we always save fruit for ourselves, of course. We also give fruit to whoever worked harvest, so they can take some fruit home. Some people make wine and some people just make bread and cookies and whatever. We have these drying racks. Of course, I've shown you guys this before, but Warren just built these a number of years ago. So 2x4s, hardware cloth, and we put them up on a couple of buckets. And I have a fan here. I just turned it off right now so you didn't have to hear it going. We just put it out like that, and then we pick out any soft fruit, or if there's like a little piece of stem that was still on, something like that, we go through, and then we just kind of work them like this to dry them. If you buy them now and you want to keep them until Thanksgiving or even Christmas to have fresh fruit for something, it's best to make sure that they're as dry as possible when putting them into the fridge to keep. Periodically throughout the months, as long as you want to keep them, look through if there's a berry that goes soft, and if there is one that goes soft, pull that one out so that soft one doesn't affect the quality of the other ones. Here is an update on the nail polish. So today would be day 7, and just last night this one peeled off. I found that this polish actually just sort of peels off almost like a fingernail. I haven't tried yet using fingernail polish remover or anything, because I found that what happens is it all of a sudden will just kind of lift in one spot, and then I just peel that whole thing off. It does leave your fingernail a little bit rough, so I just filed that one smooth today. But anyway, day 7, it still looks really good, except the one that has come off. At first I thought it was pretty expensive because I think it's $20 a bottle, and they actually sent me the base coat, a polish, a color, and then the top coat. The top coat is the one that you really need. I'm not really sure about the base coat. I haven't tried it without the base coat because since they sent me a base coat, I use the base coat. But it's like $20 a bottle, so that's a lot in my book. But I notice quite often that it's like 40% off at their website, so that puts it at like $12 if it's 40% off. And that's not too bad for a higher quality polish. For the SC, the Quick Dry SC, I think it's $9 a bottle. So anyway, okay, and even that does not last a full 5 days. This morning I heard a different tractor going, and now walking back to the house here, I see that Warren has out the pump. That big pump over there is what will go into, well, we call it the pump back ditch. And all of the water from Cranberry Harvest will actually get pumped back into our reservoir. He'll probably put this pump in, I would think, later today or maybe tomorrow morning. I'm guessing later today he'll put this in so he can start pulling the water off the beds. Uh-oh, Sugar just got out. She's under Sam's truck because I saw one of the four-wheelers come back, so I think that means that they're starting to wrap things up on harvest of 2021. It's too hot?
No, too bad.
Too bad, it's too hot, huh?
Harvest, but they ended up sending me to some mental health. Soup's pretty hot. Pretty hot? No.
So apparently my once a month shopping thing really does keep me out of the store, because at some point Walmart painted. When did they do that? Well, I'm at Walmart now. Completely forgot to bring the list. Warren, as we were kind of talking, he was writing up a list of everything that we wanted for the harvest party, and I forgot it at home. So anyway, just picking up some ham and some salad and some caramel dips for cranberries, and we're just getting some quick cookies, some other salad fixings. I need to get drinks yet. Well, Warren has picked up the last of the trailers from the receiving station. They are home, they are parked, and it is harvest party time. So you saw yesterday that I went grocery shopping and I forgot the list at home, and I actually got everything on the list. I was able to remember everything, and I've been doing this a lot of years. So I pretty much have it down what we're gonna need. But I made one mistake. I thought I got an entire box of just forks, and I ended up with that pack with the forks, the knives, and the spoons. And I probably already have about 400 knives and probably 250 spoons, so that was a bummer. Warren and Uncle Dan went to get the food for today. The chicken that we ordered, I ordered from Quick Trip. I'm really eager to see how that's going to be. But they were going to pick up the forks so that we would have enough forks. And I guess now we have 108 of them, I think is what I just heard. They called home to let me know that they got those. And here we go. I washed up some cranberries. I have those ready to go so that we can have cranberries and caramel. And then here is a pan of what we just call these Oreo cookie bars. They are, I guess technically maybe you'd call them a cookies and cream blondie. If you have the cookbook or you have your favorite chocolate chip blondie recipe, all you do, instead of adding in the chocolate chips, you just add in the Hershey's cookies and cream candy bars chopped up, and then another half a cup or so. It usually probably turns into more like 2/3 of a cup of each one of just Oreos chopped up. Add that in, bake it just like your recipe would say to bake it for. Back in May when we planted the newest 5-acre bed, these are the cookie bars that Eli said that's why he's here. He was only here for planting because he was hoping I would make these cookie bars. So anyway, you got to try it. They're so, so good. I also made a pan of cranberry bars, and I wish I would have remembered to show you what they looked like before I put the frosting on, because I actually did it right this time. Baking powder only. I didn't add in the baking soda like I did last time, and they look just like they're supposed to. So you can see on the edge here. I don't know if that means anything to you, but that looks exactly how they're supposed to look for me. Okay, I picked up ham, and this I picked up from Walmart in the deli. It's the off-the-bone ham. I found that that is key if you are picking up deli ham to serve either on buns or as just like ham with mashed potatoes and gravy. Get the off-the-bone type of ham. They have it at IGA, they have it at Walmart, I'm sure they have it at your local grocery store too. So, so delicious. Some people like to warm it up with pineapple juice or apple juice. Nice singing, Maria. But this time I just added in some water. All right, I want to go out and show you our setup for the harvest party, but I'm going to get these bars cut first. I've also been a very smart girl, although this looks gross and I'm going to let this water out right now. But I've been a very smart girl, and I have kept water in there today and just washing my dishes as I go so that I don't have a pile of them over here. It's an absolutely gorgeous day, and look at the weather stick. There it is. We have just, I don't know how something like this can bring so much joy.
It's smiling.
It's smiling, but it does. It's kind of like watching the birds in the winter.
Yeah.
It's just such a relaxing thing to do.
Every morning you have to check it. Oh, what's the weather stick like today? Oh, what's the weather stick like today? Oh, what's the weather stick today?
Every day we have to check it. Cranberries are still drying. I've been coming through, rolling them back and forth like this. I see kids have been pulling out some of the soft ones, and we just dump them in the pail. We're bringing the harvest party back to its original days. It's been a lot of years, right, Maria, since it's been in the shop. We have some just tables. So Warren, Uncle Dan, Peter, and Maria really worked on all of this morning, cleaning up, getting the floor swept. We brought up all the old chairs. Believe it or not, these chairs here, well, look at in what terrible shape they're in now, but these chairs, I think, were in my house when I was a little girl. So I brought out everything. When they get back, we're just going to have everything all ready to go with the crock pot. So I'm going to start, oh, you know what, Maria? I was going to bring a sheet. I do like to put a sheet down here to cover up this area where we put the food. It gives us a little sense of sophistication. What else do we have to do?
We have to...
Oh, I know one thing we have to do. We need to bring the cushions for this chair. We have the cushions for these two.
Mom.
What about this one?
We got that one.
Okay, yeah. You couldn't find the other cushions?
Yeah.
Well, I'll find them. I'll find them.
Work when it rains.
Windy.
I don't even look at that. Thank you.
I've been abducted.
Why are you wearing shorts right now? Aren't you cold?
It's so cute. It like walks on hind legs. It walks.
Oh, that's so funny.
It like walks. It's like,
Oh, that's cute.